Maine, with its picturesque landscapes, rugged coastline, and ridiculously old people, nice people, is often considered a dream destination. But the question is, if Maine is so great, then why are young people not flocking to the state? And in fact, why are so many young people leaving Maine to move elsewhere in the country? In this video, we're going to explore this exact topic, so make sure to stick around because at the end, I'm actually going to talk about why I still think that Maine is one of the best places to live, even if you are under the age of 55. But real quick, just let me introduce myself before we jump in. My name's Cam Avery. I'm actually a local real estate agent and Maine resident, and we made this channel all about people who are thinking about moving to the great states of Maine and New Hampshire. And so if that's something you're interested in, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe, and thank you for doing so. It really helps me out. So it's no secret, Maine is old. Like, pretty old. In fact, according to recent data, Maine has the oldest population in the country, and unfortunately, no one here is getting any younger. In 2018, the outlook of Maine's population was investigated, and it was found that Maine's prime working age population, consisting of ages 20 to 64, is projected to decrease by 7.8% from 2018 to 2028 as the baby boomers continue to age out of the group. Furthermore, a large percentage of the millennials who are born in the state end up moving elsewhere once they graduate from high school or college. Essentially, what this does is leave the state at a deficit when it comes to working age young adults. And so why are so many young people leaving Maine? I think the biggest factor that's driving millennials out of the state is just affordability in relation to job opportunity and growth. Because Maine relies heavily on tourism, much of the employment for service industry jobs is seasonal. Meanwhile, home prices and rent prices remain high throughout the year because of the desirability to live and vacation in such a beautiful area. This ends up leaving young people with a choice. Do I stay and try to forge a life for myself in Maine, knowing that I may not be able to reasonably afford my own rent, or do I move to a less expensive area of the country that may offer more opportunities for employment and growth? Unfortunately, I've watched over the last 10 years of living here as home prices and rental prices have gone up and up. And to be honest, if I was in my 20s working the job that I had back then, there's just no way that we would be able to afford the first home that we purchased back in 2016. Even worse is that I don't foresee this getting any better anytime soon. And so I completely understand why for many young people, Maine just does not make financial sense. Where Maine does make sense financially is for those that can work remotely and have the income level to be able to afford to live here. Many people who were required to work in major urban areas have been transferred to a remote-only job, but their income level hasn't decreased. In this case, Maine actually would make a great option as it's truly one of the nicest and safest states in the country. Also, the trades in Maine are always in demand if you live in a populated area, and so this could be a great option if you already have a trade and are thinking about moving here. Another reason why young people aren't moving to Maine is because the simple fact that no matter how independent they think they are, oftentimes people follow the herd. Major relocation markets like Texas and Florida have seen literally hundreds of thousands of young people flocking to their state, while on the other hand, Maine is not a major relocation destination and therefore simply has not seen this type of increase. It's not even that there's anything wrong with Maine, it's just that these major relocation centers have so much more in terms of employment opportunities and community that it simply can't compete. What I've found, though, is that when someone does decide to move to Maine, even from one of the nation's major hotspots, they're pleasantly surprised to leave behind some of the things they thought they really wanted. Finally, I have to say that even though there aren't a massive number of young people in the state of Maine, there are a number of great colleges and universities, and Maine can provide an excellent and safe environment for young families who are thinking about moving here. If you're tired of the hustle and bustle of city life, Maine may just be the place for you, and the state is consistently ranked as one of the best places to raise children in the entire country. I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be raising my kids than in the great state of Maine, and I highly encourage you, if you're young and looking for a place to move to, don't write Maine off. The people here have so much to offer, and the communities truly are special. If you want to learn more, make sure to download our free relocation guide. The link is right in the description below. or book a call with me. I'd love to connect with you. So while Maine may not be the best place for young people to live, I think it has so much to offer that it's definitely worth considering. And if you're serious about moving here, make sure to watch this video here where I tell you what no one talks about when it comes to living in Maine.